What you're about to see happened to me and my best friends 1 year ago. This is the story of our last week together. Dude, it's a map to the desert. Whatever it is, this Saturday, we're going to sneak behind our parents' backs and find out.
I think that the movie's about friendship and staying together.
This is our last chance to try and do something.
And it's an adventure.
Even as a kid, you can do anything.
I'm in. I'm in.
You're building a spaceship.
He's building
And you need our help building the spaceship. Let me make sure I don't have any plans. Nope!
We're rolling.
We wanted to take found footage and do something a little different with it. We wanted to make it feel like the movie belonged to the kids.
We really want to make a kid empowerment movie, kind of a message that if you stick together with your friends and you trust each other, you can really overcome just about anything.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to move and these clowns are making us do it. Maybe we could stop them.
It's a little like you're in the movie. This is more like you're in the movie, you're not watching a movie. As soon as the movie starts, you are in it.
Ah! There's something in there!
What? Dude, are you kidding me right now?
I like to film everything, you know? That's fun, make movies.
There was a looseness to the way we kind of made the movie. We had a script every day, but when I hired the kids, I said, I hired you guys because you're great, and if they felt like they wanted to invent something, great.
I've always been taught, don't look at the camera, don't even acknowledge it. But this project was very different because we could look at the camera.
Just promise me you're not gonna do that again.
So we were constantly switching things up, playing off each other, trying different things.
That's great, that's great.
Honestly, it was such a fast process that I was often writing the dialogue the day before. So they would be getting it that night, and we would rehearse with them very quickly. So we were all sort of making the scene the best it could be live as it was shot.
Hey, man. Whoa, man, slow down.
Tuck was kind of like me when I was younger, like the same type of kid. I was, witty.
It looks like your phone basically barfed on his screen.
Alex is very observant of things.
These are the ugliest things I've ever seen.
This guy, right? Give me my glasses.
We sort of see the movie through his eyes, ultimately, even though Chuck is filming.
What are you? You guys are gonna give me a heart attack one day. Sorry, turn that off, dude.
My character, Munch, is kind of the shy, lovable, comic relief.
How do I smell? Or I mean, look, or yeah, you can't smell in video.
He always keeps to himself, but halfway through the movie, he blossoms and transforms into a whole new guy. Do everything, give it all a shot. No! It even related to me. You really have to take chances and try new things, and maybe it'll pay off. I play Emma. She's someone a lot of girls can relate to, especially me.
Hey, I want to go. Really? Sounds great.
There was one challenging scene where I had to come in and start crying and have a fit. My mom had to drag my dad from the bar. Again.
What?
It was funny because we were actually surprised and like, whoa, like this is really good. We didn't even have to act at that point, so she was kind of doing all the work for that scene.
Told you guys I wanted to go.
What the?
One scene, I actually had the camera in my hand, and Dave was just like, okay, do what you want to do, go wild.
Dude, you don't have your seatbelt on!
You have to speed.
I'm trying! You're thinking!
Alex is driving, and I'm filming. So that was my first time using a real camera. I kind of got into the fact that I was filming myself, and it felt very real.
I need an Advil.
These things back here are the key. This is a little spacecraft. And this one was the one where they're shaking it around and like, what is it?
It's garbage. It's nothing.
And we didn't tell them, but we had pumped in air so that it would actually and like make a sound and kind of freak them out.
Whoa! It's a bomb!
Designing Echo, we had gone to a lot of creature houses, and they gave us sketches, and I said, none of these really are making me feel like I care for this being. The guy who ended up designing Echo, and his name was Ross Tran. He was 19 years old, and his very first sketch, right away, I was like, that's him, that's Echo, and from there, we just refined it.
Are you from space?
He's alive. He's not a robot or anything like that, but he's got robotic tendencies.
Are you a robot?
I didn't want to make him just a robot. I said, if he's going to be a robot, we have to give him a soul.
David really felt that a little owl, big expressive eyes, was important. But it was critical that they weren't eyes, that they were still biomechanical in some sense. And little cracks and dents were critical to the story behind it. This little guy just crashed, so he's got damage.
We didn't know how broken he was. The crash hurt him worse than we thought.
With Echo, one of the difficult things was he was so small, but we wanted him to perform. And how do you get all of his life into something that's so small? A little bit of hand puppeting, a little bit of radio control, kind of brought him to life.
What we have here are a couple of the examples of the Echo puppets that we built. We've got shy mode, and this is our cable puppet. The eyes move and the lights change, both color and position.
And the eyes usually tend to be where the soul seems to be coming from, so we really put a lot of time into trying to get those eyes to do as much as possible within the amount of space we had.
That is so crazy.
It's just very adorable when it moves and the way it talks. It's cooler than a puppy. And the puppy is extremely cool.
I would want an Echo.
Echo.
You know, these are his eyes.
If I'm holding Echo, we'd either have a little doll that was like him, or Dave would put a little light there to kind of signal that he was there.
Dude, he'll be fine.
No. We're not leaving him. You know how it feels.
We wanted someone to really connect with Echo, and so we, tried to find a guy who is missing something in his life. So you have Alex feeling like an alien in his own world, and so that's what bonds him to Echo.
We're gonna get you home, all right? We'll find a way.
His connection with Echo helps him say goodbye to his friends at the end of the movie.
The final scene where we go into the spaceship, we did not know what it was going to look like. They kept it a secret from us until the actual shooting of it. So when we walked in, we were really surprised.
I don't really know how to say goodbye, so I'm not gonna.
I definitely saw Teo grow up on set more than anyone else. We shot the spaceship goodbye scene on the last day of shooting. And he said to me, I'm so happy we shot this scene last because I feel like I've grown up over the process of making this movie.
You're my friend, you know? Even when I'm old, even when you think I've forgotten, I'm always gonna be there.
We did it as one long shot. So basically he has his speech, he says goodbye.
Bye.
He runs out of the spaceship, and then he wraps the movie all in one take.
Go, go, go!
And everyone applauded after the take, and it was an emotional moment for him and also, yeah, for all of us. This movie is about kids who could actually inspire change.
Whoa. I think at that age, at 12, it's like everything could lead to something great.
Oh my God.
You can accomplish anything you set your mind to.
That's what's gonna make this film a great film.
We're not kids anymore.
I think you're gonna want to get this.
We know now that we can do anything. We did that. That's insane. We just did that. Look, come on. Look.
Hey, Tuck, dude.
Okay, we're rolling.
The whole casting process was actually a giant blast. We were able to kind of read tapes and interview and audition kids all over the world.
We wanted to go with unknowns, and we found the kids last minute. It was like a week before shooting. We had no cast, and we found these kids that just seemed very authentic.
So why would you be organizing your catch-ups?
Because.
Who does that?
We wanted to go completely off the radar and make sure that no one knew anything about the making of this movie, to remain a top secret project throughout all of production. And in order to do that, they called us the Untitled Wolf Adventure.
I thought it was some wolves involved or something, and then I found out it's gonna be about like an alien. I was like, wow, that's awesome.
Hi,
I'm Tuck. What's up?
In the movie, Tuck is a YouTuber, very comfortable talking to his audiences. We got a casting tape from New York, and it was Stro, and he was 100% real.
This is when everything started to change.
Tuck was pretty much like me. You know, he walked around with his camera. I filmed little videos of me and my friends around the neighborhood. He doesn't like not knowing the answer to any question, you know, so he finds out no matter what. You know, it's pretty much like me in real life.
What up, camcorder? Keeping it tight.
Stro is on the X Factor, and he's a rapper, and he's got a lot of stage presence, and he knows how to talk to his fans.
I like donuts.
Donuts, really?
He's very, very smart, and he is quiet, very thoughtful. But after we said, okay, action, he just dove right in, and he could really flip that switch.
We're gonna ride our bikes out into the desert at night, alone, without supervision.
Right.
We got this, we're gonna stay.
Okay, see you then, sweetie.
Tuck's mom and dad, they kind of ignore him a little bit. I bug everybody in my household, so you don't really have the option to ignore me.
I'll go, but only under one condition.
When we were casting Munch, Reese had this kind of casual nature mixed in with his neuroses that just made him pop off screen.
My mom's friends always say that I sound just like my mom, you know, when I pick up the phone.
Yeah.
So I figured I can be Betty.
My dad was already in the industry. We moved to California, might as well give it a shot, right?
It's just crazy. I mean, it's just crazy.
I did 3 auditions, and the first one was for Alex's role, and then the second one they said I would be better for a Munch-type role.
What was that?
F sharp?
I really love how he's so loyal and he's very innocent. I love that he's a hoarder and that he's always prepared for everything.
Don't look at me like I'm a hoarder. That's rude.
Munch is a lot more a scared person than Reese is. What we really liked about Reese was his confidence to kind of surprise us with a line of dialogue.
Is it amazing? Because I think it's scary as balls.
I try and find what most kids would read it as, and then try and be a little bit unique.
He was obsessed with Chris Farley, and he loved to like throw himself into the physical comedy of who Munch is.
Whoa! This is a bomb! Just tell the camera. You're upset, right? You don't want to move.
The character of Alex, he has a lot going on emotionally.
What are you, a drifter?
Who told you? I got sent the audition from my agent, and straight afterwards, it was summer vacation. So I went to Morocco and then Spain. So I was in there, and I didn't really think much of the audition. A week later, they contact me and say, oh, we'd love to have Teo back for a callback. And there was like an awkward day of communication because I was on a lovely vacation. They didn't want to ruin that. They went out on a limb and cast me as Alex. I'm very lucky. We did it, dude. We did it.
I think Teo was 12 years old when we started shooting, and he was very energetic, very excited by the idea of being on a movie set. So excited to be there every day, and he had so much energy.
Do you have a name?
But when the camera started to roll, the performance that Teo has in the movie, a lot of it is actually built on his quiet moments and the moments when he's not saying anything. And it's kind of as the movie goes forward, we start to see that character emerge.
Oh, it's okay. Hey, we're Tuck. Tuck Sims, you know, remember you guys kissed?
Wait, what?
When it comes to the character of Emma, we were looking for a very powerful woman, someone who becomes an integral part of the group herself.
An alien came to Earth to give you guys maps. I grew up being in my own movies, recording at home with my brother. Always been into it, making my own movies as well.
So, what was it like kissing you?
Give me my camera.
Did your legs get all wobbly? Was there soft music playing? Please remind me, Tuck. I totally forgot.
I was really into gymnastics at the time, but my coach didn't show one day, and there was an acting class right next door. So I headed on over there and took an acting class, and I found that I really enjoyed it.
We were auditioning Ella, and she was good. And then I was like, well, let's see if we can get just a little bit more emotion out of her.
They wanted to see how well I could just make stuff up on the spot.
I said, do you get along with your mom? She says, oh yeah, totally. I said, great. Here's an improv. You are wanting to go out on Friday night with your friends, and your mom says you can't go out.
You're upset with your mom, now go.
Putting on this dress for you doesn't change me into some perfect little homecoming queen.
She really let loose, and we were all completely shocked and impressed.
Who cares? And in no time in my life am I gonna be somewhere that even plays the box drive.
I was almost crying, so I think that's what really won them over.
She's crazy. I think I like it.
Emma and I are really similar. We're both very adventurous. We are very loyal to our friends. Emma sticks by Alex Munch and talk throughout the movie, no matter what's happening. She does not abandon them.
With the other cast members, we went through and we learned all of the steps together. Dave and all the producers went on a limb and they jump-started our career. And so to be working with other people who were in that same position, that was cool because you knew you had someone who was going through what you were going through.
Whatever I did, it worked, so, I got it.
It's my second role, it's my first movie, so I'm blessed that I could say that.
We got really lucky. They were the right people.
Tell me you got that on tape. I've never gone a day without seeing my friends. They're like the only people in the world who get me.
I think the movie shows that, even if you're separated from your friends, there can still be a connection there. Your friends are your friends forever. Your real friends.
I definitely wanted the kids to feel like they had known each other for a long time in the movie, even though they had just met a week and a half before we shot.
The friendship has an authentic style because as they got to know each other as the movie went on, much like the night goes on, these kids become closer. Very much is the same way this group met.
Once we were all together, we just kind of clicked.
Say your name.
Thought you knew my name.
You know what I mean, for the video.
Meeting Teo, Reese, and Ella was awesome. They're young just like I'm young. This was our first time being in a major film, so it was just a pretty cool atmosphere.
The first person I met was Stro. Turned out he was a rapper from New York and on the X Factor. It's this huge guy. I'm like, okay, oh, hi, I'm just Reese, And then when I met Ella, I knew right away, I was like, I need to talk to this girl, because it's Ella.
She's hot, right?
I said, okay, great, we only have a week to make sure these guys are friends. Let's make sure they get along. They can't look at their phones, because if they're looking at their phones, they're just gonna check out and they're not gonna have any time to connect with each other. We sent them to a theme park and they were playing video games. They went on the skydiving thing and then they went to dinner. And then I just came at the end of it and just saw how they were connecting.
Alex and Teo are definitely the most different from the four kids because Alex is just kind of a normal guy, he just goes to school, he does his thing, while Teo in real life is the most unique, crazy little guy I've ever met.
We were all kids, and this was one of our first times doing something big, and so we kind of had to stick together like a family, We didn't want to be alone with the process.
Hey, is that page 9?
They had a week of rehearsals before we shot, just where they were kind of in a room together going over their lines and getting to know each other.
Teo, me and him, we just clicked the quickest. If I made a joke, he laughed. If he made a joke, I laughed. Reese is actually, I can't think of any similarities with his character, because out of all of us, I'd say he's the coolest.
Quiet, guys, rolling.
Oh, I got you now. What's up?
We made a million jokes on set, so it's already chemistry here. It's like a brother from another mother, I guess.
Emma, right? Emma.
What hit me first about Ella, what's funny is me and Ella didn't actually get along the first day of the reading, but she was cool. She's a very cool girl, very smart girl, and very great actor, by the way. But in the movie, we don't get along at first neither, so it made for great chemistry on camera.
I'm confused.
Huh?
Didn't you guys kiss?
We actually turned out to be very good friends at the end of filming, so she's awesome.
Astor's always a cool guy. He's very mellow and laid back, which I can relate to. Guys have their guy things that they talk about. Luckily, I have a brother, so I could kind of relate, but it was like being an outsider, which actually really helped. But later on, you become closer, and I think that really reflects in the movie as well.
My birthday, which is July 31st, and Ella's is August 1st, so I'm one day older. And it was very fun. We got to film it on our birthdays, so, we got to do this big set, birthday party, and we were all having the cake and stuff. That was one day that we really just, got to lay back and have some fun.
Ella, when she gets into the zone, she's focused on her part. Reese, same thing with him, and Astro's in the zone, and I'm just there oh, look, look, craft service. I'm gonna go get some food.
What's really nice is that when someone was up, another person was down, so we were constantly hyping each other up. When I was kind of dragging from a long day, Reese, Teo, and Stro were hyping me up, and vice versa, too. We were just always there for each other, trying to get us in the spirit, get us in the mode.
We wanted to have some clips in the movie that showed history between the kids, having fun with each other.
Hey, Chuck, you got yours on? You got your legs done yet?
My assistant, Michael Larson, said, hey, I bumped into Teo and his mom and some of Teo's friends at the mall this weekend. I was like, oh, yeah, well, you know, what were they doing? And he said, actually, they were wrapped in bubble wrap, and they were socking each other in the face. So I was like, let's just shoot this scene. We'll give the kids a roll of huge bubble wrap, and we'll just let them do it just like Teo does it with his friends.
You can only punch where there's bubble wrap.
All right.
If you punch where there's not bubble wrap, that's cheating. Alexon!
I was like, Teo, you're in charge. They just kind of made these big ballooned sumo wrestler bodies where they could just kind of punch each other.
We would like tackle each other and get in headbutts. You know, all the bubble wraps popping.
I wasn't ready.
That was really fun.
There was another scene that we shot where Tuck and Munch are water gun snipers.
What was there?
We were pretending like, you know, go left or go right, you know, flank that way.
They dial his cell phone to find him, and we hear, you know, we hear Alex's ringtone.
Guys, come on. No, that's not fair. Boom! That's not fair!
That was possibly the funnest day of shooting. We were soaking wet by the end. I mean, soaking, like we were drenched.
We were learning from each other, talking about past experiences on other sets, and just, you know, looking forward to shooting the next scene tomorrow.
Hey, Alex. Time to go, buddy.
In the original script of the movie, the kids stayed together. They beat the construction workers, and the kids get to stay in the town forever. Happy ending, all tied up in a bow. The end, nobody cares.
6 hours later, Alex moved.
It was always very important to us to have the kids say goodbye, because it's connected to what Echo is there for. What he teaches the kids is that even though you're millions of light years away, there are still ways to stay in touch.
I'm gonna miss you guys.
You guys smell really bad.
Roy, action. We have a segment in the movie where the kids get together a year later after they've grown up. And not many movies get the benefit of getting to actually shoot a year after principal photography. So the kids had grown up.
Man, that was crazy because everybody had gotten bigger. Reese is taller than me. So,
That was very fun, you know, coming back. It was like the old team's back up again.
So that relationship was authentic, and it really translated into the movie.
And now they're very good friends.
They definitely stayed in touch in the time between shooting. It was as if a day hadn't really gone by.
I don't know what I would be able to do if I didn't have like my phone to text my friends who live far and stuff like that.
Having a friend light years away taught us that distance is just a state of mind.
Distance doesn't really matter when it comes to true friendships.
If you're best friends, then you always will be.
if you really go through something with your group of friends, it doesn't matter how far away they go. They could go to the other side of the world. The friendship will still be strong.
I love you guys.
I don't think anything could break that friendship and those experiences that we had.
The truck scene, that was a crazy experience.
Go, 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 go! They're right there! You have to speed! I'm trying!
We shot the truck scene to just take the movie to another level, and they did an amazing job.
We needed to really establish a little bit more of an emotional connection between Echo and the kids.
We wanted to communicate non-verbally that he cares about their safety.
We wanted
wanted a big kind of show-stopping visual effects set piece.
Where do I go? Just go around it.
This had never been done before. A big 16-wheeler and its trailer being taken apart into all its pieces, flying around the van, and then reassembling.
It's crazy. If I explain it, I'm gonna sound insane trying to explain the truck scene, and that's how you know the truck scene is great, if you sound insane trying to explain it.
Go, go, go!
Henry's initial idea was to have this happen earlier in the movie, after the kids are biking away from Emma's house.
Dang, dude, what was that upstairs?
What are you talking about?
There was going to be a car heading right towards them, and the car was going to split up. And then we felt like, you know what? It would feel a lot better to put the truck near the end of the movie where the action was starting to get bigger. We started the process by looking at an animatic of the shot before we even filmed it. An animatic looks like rough video game graphics, and then I would go to prep the scene.
Alex was not driving it. That'd be illegal.
So we had something called a blind drive vehicle. Reese's dad rents cars to movies, and he kind of helped us retrofit this blind drive vehicle.
Come and sit in here, buddy.
You have a stunt driver in the back in like this box that they build, and he's driving with an extended steering wheel, watching the road through a monitor with a camera mounted to the front of the truck.
The stunt guy in there, they would radio him in. They'd say, all right, make a left here. Stop, stop, stop. Don't go too fast.
We realized very early on to entirely create the 16-wheeler as a computer graphics object. We can control it that way.
There was no big rig on set. There was no Mack truck barreling at the kids. It was all created in CG.
Dave would say something over the speaker. He'd be like, the truck's disassembling right now. Look in awe. It was kind of hard because you have to imagine things are right in front of you, but you don't really see anything that's going on.
The only thing they had on the streets where the truck was supposed to be driving was cones.
Dave would tell us there's a guy on the chairs, like, buckles in when he's floating past us. You know, he told us how to look at him, like, kind of do, like, this little weird thing so that we're looking at it, so it looked like, oh, my God, there's a guy floating in front of us.
It was like, okay, you're driving through a truck. And I had to be surprised, and it was like, okay, the truck is gone. And I had to turn around.
Everyone was screaming, everyone was panicking. The excitement was really there.
That moment when he drives by the van, he wanted a connection between the two. So we had to tell Alex while we were rolling, okay, Alex, on this count, you look over here.
The actor who's driving the truck was filmed against green screen.
Scramble for your seatbelt, you know? But it's got to be, like, kind of urgent, you know? Like a big freak out.
So I'm going to put the seatbelt.
Yeah.
He's reacting to nothing happening around him. And then they almost, you know, like a coloring book, animate in sort of what's happening around him.
Rolling.
Action.
Drop the wheel. Boom. Loading. Wheel seatbelt.
You shoot everything that's going to be in the scene that's not CG. And then afterwards, you hand it over to the visual effects house, you know, hundreds of people to really kind of create this big epic scene.
Prime Focus, who did the truck shot, they were such a great, you know, group of artists. They kept adding more and more detail and more dust.
Everything was exactly fine-tuned the way Dave wanted it.
I'd like to see these 5 pieces. You know, I'd like to see a muffler. I'd like to see a steering wheel hit the windshield, headlights float by, the little turn signal, ding, 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 ding.
The tire bouncing by, whether the bolts were flying that way, and also the way the panels in the end reconnected.
It's great to watch it with an audience.
It just kind of took people by surprise and really kind of blew them away.
When we previewed it, people just started clapping, which is a great feeling to have, but people just started clapping at the end of that scene.
You're going the wrong side! Dude, stop! Stop!
No, go.
We're gonna get hit! We're gonna get hit now! Oh! What the?
Just being a part of that and seeing how that works was awesome.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, whoa! Are you seeing this?